welcome. Come on in, shuffle in, there's room at the back. Alright. You are about to experience something unparalleled to anything you've experienced in your lives. It will be an attack on your senses, a bite on your pride. Sorry? Oh, yeah, toilets are at the back to the left. There will only be before and after. You will not be the same again. Your parasympathetic nervous system will not fly, nor will it fight. It will freeze. Thought and feeling will be in harmony, as all you will own in this world is fear. The space between bone and flesh is soul. Hold on to it as much as you can. It's all you'll have left. There's no going back, only forward, into the vortex of suffering and unknown. And all that is known is pain. Sorry? Oh, the smoke is just water vapour. Don't worry, it's not actual. Where was I? Oh yes. Pain. Senses. Don't fight it. It will become you. Numbness isn't an option. Options are for the weak. Now, this is where our journey begins. Two to a carriage, please. Arms and legs inside at all times. Yeah, come on. Come on. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go.
We come a long way to play tonight, and we appreciate everybody who come out, who's supporting the music. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm talking about? Good, because right now this is about music. You know what I'm saying? It's about a feeling, you know what I mean? A vibe, an energy. You know what I'm saying? And you people are representing hard. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's a Comanche, full cycle. We got Holly G up in here. We got Dynamite. We got DJ Di, got myself, Cross. All right, let's party.
Yeah, man, the union member, DJ Cross. What up, Di? It's a hit.
Sing the chat, you feel a little better. If you love on them, your style make me know. Yeah, as a man called Redman walk away. I have a daughter called Sister Wayne. Sister Sharon, come on the scene, see? Come me just a come, come me just a come. Come me just a come me kill my son. Me the army and baby and me woman.
Every time a good thing comes our way, we never seem to match. Never compatible unless the DJ's playing latch. Holding you tight, feels like the end when we detach. anxiety, it's no fun when you're not around. Same kinds of friends and get rowdy, but you're the one I want to surround. Keep it sheltered when it's cloudy, when the rainy days are me drowning. These days it all seems so clear before this to clear.
What kind of music do you produce?
Alt rap's the easiest way to define it, just because a little bit of this, a little bit of that. 1 minute, I'm really into like making dance stuff at the moment, but I used to write for like making an indie band, maybe one day. Yeah, so last year I did my first gig. I've got a friend called Liam, and he set up like a group in Northampton called Oculate. And for ages they were writing like articles about all these upcoming artists and whatnot. But he decided he wanted to put on an event, so I played with Kill Owen last year, and I don't know if you listen to his music, but like especially over the last year, his samples are incredible. Like he's completely just blown up. He's taken over TikTok, which is ridiculous, but did that, and then I played in London in July. Over the last year, I've kind of had time to sort of sink in that I'm in Bristol. I've like basically networked the whole time rather than actually putting loads of releases out, which I think will kind of, you know, rise to my favour, I guess.
Gotta put food on the table, up all night like I'm able. The weekend's here, about time. Disable our minds cause the dance is enabled. Dripped out in bare naked cause I love the culture. Two-stepping in the rave like a soldier, calling them out if they bricks like vultures. Here for a vibe, catch me ducking the boulders. Indiana, got good intent and well-mannered. Was always scared to be myself until they fixed me up with spanners. Love my boys, this life's a work in progress. Some men die before it matters. Act like everything is wonderful, but it's actually in tatters. Friends keep telling me it gets easier, I believe when I see it. Act like everything is just wonderful, but
for the last couple of years, coming to terms with like my internalized homophobia and that kind of thing, I think I've become more aware that when I was growing up, I liked Tyler the Creator and like Brockhampton and that because they were open, they were just doing what they wanted, and they didn't really care that anyone else actually was like, oh yeah, he's slugging boys, oh yeah, he's doing this. I think now I want to make music for the people that are coming into all that and like don't know exactly where they're fitting in, because like most of us don't. For such a long time, I took a break off music, so I was like, I don't actually like know if this is what I want to do. And especially when you get writer's block, it's difficult because it's like, how am I supposed to just like magically come up with like 5 songs? And when people ask for deadlines, it's like crazy because you can't rush what it is that's going on in your head and what you're like seeing day to day. But I think that overall message of just like keep doing what you're doing, don't stop, because like even if you can't see people are like typing away to you, liking your pictures and whatnot, there's definitely people watching what you're doing. Just keep doing it.
for a coffee, what the fuck? That's insane, how could that be? The government's a shambles, too many are starving on the streets. So don't even get me started on homes. Worry about rent, bills and food, then selling our souls to mobile phones. This shit ain't cheap, but we all like to follow like drones. Somebody tell me what went wrong. Don't stress, I already know it's the elders slating youth, using their voices for good, so the truth is the lies we don't condone. Claiming to care for the nation, a lack of support in place, still patiently waiting to find some peace of mind, exposing ourselves online for a bit of validation. It's all so degrading. Generation Z and other ones to pay, we're not the ones that brought this devastation. We keep mentioning the problems, you do nothing to stop them. Like to sit and watch us suffer, cause I'm burning through our wallets. I'm done. On your bike, mate. Get on your bike. On your bike, mate. Alright.
What do you like about Bristol?
Well, where I'm from, it's like a little town called Buckingham, so there's not really a lot that goes on there. I think their first like club that's actually decided to get like big is in Milton Keynes, and that's just through like dance music. And yeah, I know Milton Keynes. But being there, like growing up, it's just like so dry, and the closest bit of like culture you get is if you're going into London. So coming to Bristol, it kind of reminds me of like a little version of London, and it's quite nice. London and everywhere is kind of competitive, and although you get like a sense of that here, it's not like so, what's the word, it doesn't feel too like clinging on you. It's everyone's kind of doing their own thing, but they all respect each other for it, and I think a lot of people pick up different things off like other artists, which I kind of respect because everyone's a bit more friendly here. Mm-hmm. It's kind of got like northern energy, but still like down in the south.
I sit with this gym to celebrate all my wins. Golden steering the wheel, taking my head for a spin. At least now if I crash or go down in style, ain't no need for violins, this is a show and freestyle. The minutes of the truth, I hope it leaves you with a smile, because it's okay to relapse every once in a while. It's okay to not like yourself sometimes. It's not okay to make others feel like suicide. It's okay to fuck up sometimes. Just know you love, my dear, you're better off alive. You're beautiful, you're worthy, you're important, and you're deserving. Don't ever feel like you're alone, because I promise there are 7 billion people in the world. For every one of you, there's always someone out there who can love you, who will listen and help.
Every time I go out in Bristol and I'm going to a gig or something, the crowd and the energy is like, it's good. Like everyone just vibes and bounces off each other. Like that Getdown Services gig, like literally I went there knowing like my two mates, and then come out with like, oh, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person. Like it's sick. Like everyone's got, they're doing different things, and I think everyone helps each other to get to that next stage. But at the moment, I think that's where it's exciting, because there's so much potential.
Say it's true. Are you relying on this out what you do? Say it's true. Say it's true. Alright guys, I'm coming in, let's have a dance. Say it ain't true, nigga, say it ain't.
We're the Freak Show!
We're the Freak Show. We're a band based in Bristol.
We're all friends.
There's 2 more members.
Just have a great time. It's all very chaotic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think what makes us like kind of unique is just that we like come from like such different places, and like musically and just as people, and us just playing in the way that we know best.
Yeah.
It just coming together somehow.
Yeah.
Each of us listen to like a lot of different style of music.
Like I think when we play, we're all secretly just playing different genres in our heads on our own instruments, and it just sort of happens.
Yeah, when we were starting out, it was just like, oh, do you want to be in the band? Like everyone.
You kept
get them all.
trying to
Yeah,
add
you
people,
just
and I was like, we can't
adding
have a
different
10-person band. We
Yeah.
have to stop at some point. And none of us are like, well, not really like classically trained.
Yeah.
But like us, okay. Some of us. For me and you, like the instruments that we play, we learned for this band.
Yeah.
So
That's really sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
We let the vibe carry us.
Yeah. Well, we came together with the songs that you already had, and well, yeah, just worked, and we all loved it and have fun doing it. And your songs have a great message that we can all get behind. So.
closet. He's out there freezing, and I know it's sad, but we'll make the most of it. Take yourself out.
You'll help me with the lyrics as well. So it's like, a lot of it is a team effort with the lyrics. And we wrote Shut the Fuck Up Bitch together.
Yeah.
That's our most.
Yeah, and the friendship song, that's unreleased currently.
What do you like about Bristol? Not necessarily just the music scene, but Bristol and of.
Mostly the music scene and the art, and that there's a lot of events on for music most nights. And the people can be quite nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of cool and diverse people.
Yeah.
People are friendly.
Cool. Fashion. Bitches are stylish, aren't you?
Yeah, you can just wear anything you want.
I'm from a small town and I couldn't dress like this in my small town. So Bristol is great for that.
I don't know if it's Bristol exclusive, but everything seems so experimental here. Like, people are just doing whatever the fuck they want at all times.
Yeah.
It's just such a, like, do whatever the hell you want kind of attitude to it, which I think is quite cool.
Yeah, and it does have that, like, safe space where you feel like you can do that experiment with your clothing, with the, like, stage art, like dancing and all that stuff. There's a lot of variety of how people express themselves.
People are getting more queer, as they should. Yeah. People are embracing themselves more. Even if we're not being, like, saying explicitly queer things, everything we do is queer.
Because it's just who some of us are.
I'm not singing, so all I could sing is your name. Halfway through the show, holding tears after songs. The band seems so tight, just don't look at the bass that she's off of her head. Head over heels, for a girl she can't love that she held for. Come on, and my best friend's a band, they know what I'm.
There needs to be more queer bands though, I think. There's not enough queer bands.
No, there needs to be more queer bands.
It doesn't represent the amount of queers in Bristol, I don't think.
No. Oh, 100% not.
So many.
So many, and there needs to be more queer bands. If you're queer and in Bristol, form a band.
Yeah. Even if you can't play music, just start
You
playing
can
music.
learn.
We've got to make a dent somehow.
Yeah.
Literally, just
too many straight bands by the sounds.
Too many straight men bands.
So you've got there's a lot of those.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. I said shut the fuck up. He said shut the fuck up, bitch. I said shut the fuck up. He said shut the fuck up, bitch. I said shut the fuck up. He said shut the fuck up, bitch. I said shut the fuck up.
What's like, not necessarily the end goal, but what do you hope for like the foreseeable?
I feel like number one is just, especially with like the live shows, is just to create a welcoming atmosphere where everyone can just dance and sing along, be themselves. We get to be our most chaotic selves and just have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna create a safe space every time we watch it.
Yeah. And fuck all the other people that deserve to get fucked off.
Yeah.
And like we wanna, I reckon I definitely wanna have a cult following.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my goal.
making it loud and proud, very proud.
Yeah, we make it loud and proud.
Yeah.
I moved here knowing I wanted to come and do gigs somewhere, and Bristol just felt like a cool place. There's a lot of like-minded people, I feel, and the music scene is like just constantly giving birth, it feels like, in Bristol. There's a new band every constant second. There's a lot of movement within, like, between all the promoters and between all the different venues. So if you go out there and say, oh, I'm an artist, people are going to know straight away and people are going to want to book you. And that's what I've found anyway, is that if you just put yourself out there in Bristol, it will happen to you.
Yes, her dreams of being wrapped up in sheets of the one. Dream, 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 dream.
The Exchange main stage was my first gig. I didn't realise quite how big it was until I got there, so that's definitely the coolest place I think I've ever sung at. I'd love to play the Fleece one day, or the Louisiana, of course.
Just make that happen.
Definitely. Everybody's got some weird anger, like, floating in them about the mistreatment of everyone, especially young people in this country. And it feels as though that there's a slight, like, punk and rock revival, I feel, is coming. Definitely on my part, that's what I'm excited about most of my music, is making a shout about things I want to shout about. And I think other people are doing that more too. I feel like out of the other places that I've, like, gone to see other gigs and bands and artists at the same sort of level, there's a lot more rock and metal coming out of Bristol, it seems, at the moment. So I feel like, yeah, there's some anger, and it's protruding through music and art in other forms. For me, a lot of topics that are maybe more political that I tend to write about come from maybe experiences as a woman, especially as a queer woman, and, like, things people have said to me almost. A lot of, pretty much every song I write comes from some inspiration of my own life. Sometimes it goes a little bit into more of a storytelling sense, and I've written a weird, crazy song about some girl killing her boyfriend, and that's like obviously not real, but based on some emotion I felt at one point. So for political themes, I suppose it's kind of, my message is I want everyone to respect each other. I want everyone to feel like they can be truly themselves. And I think I say that in my songs. I have a lot of inspirations. I feel everything I've ever listened to inspires me in one way. My biggest inspirations, probably PJ Harvey, Courtney Barnett, and Nirvana, I would say. Portishead, massive inspiration, absolutely. They're fucking sick. Yeah, I feel like they changed a lot of things within alternative pop and grunge as a whole, so. PJ Harvey, she's just my god in many ways. Everything she does is just super cool, and I feel like she's thrown so many new ideas out there, especially as a female rock artist. For the most part, almost every music scene in Bristol, wherever, is dominated by men, and as a female, like, solo artist, someone who, when I work with a band, I'm still writing all the music myself and directing it myself. I do find that there can be doors that are weirdly shut to women and not to men. And you also have this experience where men sort of assume you don't know things about the music industry or about your music you're playing. And I've found that with quite a lot of bands and quite a lot of promoters as well. And even like sound desk people, it feels like sometimes if you're a woman on the stage, they really don't think you know what you're talking about at all. I just want to be able to, I want to make myself proud, ultimately, is my main goal, is that, like, I don't know, your little self, because I've always written songs. I think I first wrote a song when I was probably like 9, and I just want to do exactly what child me wanted, and I want a big discography of lots of different genres. I want to explore everything that inspires me and taper it in my own individual style and way.
What do you like about Bristol? Not necessarily just the music scene, but just Bristol as a city.
I think the community aspect is definitely the main thing. Like, I feel like I know everyone, and even if I haven't met a lot of people before, even like you, like, I feel like I knew you already, which is really, really weird, actually. But yeah, I think that. It's been really interesting, because like, I moved to Bristol for the music scene. I wanted to move to London at first, but it just seemed too big to do at the age of 18, so Bristol was a really good middle ground. And like, I don't know, I was definitely influenced by like Massive Attack and all that kind of thing, but I was intrigued by the fact that there was a lot of like drum and bass, like that is just the domineering genre here. So it's been a bit difficult to like kind of find my niche and like my community around it, but there's actually quite a lot, especially like within hip hop and R&B and everyone. So we've got like a really good squad going on at the moment, which is really nice.
We always have potential, but he chose to walk away.
Now I'm at the position where I've performed so much in Bristol that I just have a really nice natural audience here, where like I feel really, really supported. And obviously a lot of people feel the same way when they go and play shows, like kind of like it's when like a home team goes and plays an away match, you know, like, and your supporters come and, you know, show you the love, but it's always just a little bit different.
All the sunsets, like it was a monster. Singing once with fucking honest, psychedelic chords. And hold on for a minute, I'm obsessed, you're undefeated, it's true. Longing for attention, knowing I can get it. Double standards, but I love it, cause it's not your fault. You take it private. Yeah, it's true.
I love performing everywhere in Bristol. Like I performed at the Louisiana, Bristol Beacon. I'm gonna play Harbourside, the Vet Club. With the UK and with UK music, a lot of like the main talent comes out of London, and it's kind of just like expected that if you want to be big, you've got to go to London and things like that. But I think the way that the small venues really support like every single kind of artist is like really, really, really important. I think there is a lot of new music, especially coming out of Bristol at the moment, and it's interesting to see kind of the directions and the ways that that's supported. Yeah, I love everyone. It's so nice that like I feel like I just have been so taken by the music industry here. Like I can't believe it that I could literally go anywhere and have Bristol on my back. So yeah.
Fresh face, but I'm falling apart, not even the start. Finding line, making my art, my vision's the same, but somehow everything changed. We went from sitting as successful on the rainiest days. Plus pulling out of cities for days, full of kids without a plan, they're all just stuck in the cage. No winter out of the rain, going insane. 49 blocks, so we said they were the book of the flame. Look at that casino, time's rolling out. Still got that private and see who's crashing.
The arts need a lot more funding, and especially outside of London, because it's really, really hurting the development of it. And obviously, I mean, it's not like money is everything, but in terms of like developing careers, like investment is just so important in making sure that people get to the places that they can. So yeah, it's really difficult at the moment, really, really difficult. 80% of my wage goes on my rent, you know, and that's like, I'm working a good funded job. They say you should go to uni and like you'll be fine, like you'll be set up for life kind of thing, and then you leave uni and then you start working and you're like, like, especially in Bristol, sometimes I'll wake up at like, I don't know, like 6, start work from 6 till 2, and then I'll have to go and do a show somewhere, and it's just like
exhausting,
crazy.
Yeah,
like, it is crazy.
Drive off the cliff. You look so. Wish I could roll like you. I wish I should. You're always saying that I need to try and grow more. Then now I'm noticing it's you that needs to show more love and affection, cause respect's too hard to ask for. And now you're looking like a villain on the dance floor, and I'm not sure if this is really worth the parkour. Jumping around you with your problems getting hardcore. Your misdemeanors getting meaner by the second, and I'm trying to forget them, but this car is driving.
I feel like we kind of just need to band together a bit stronger, because even like, I mean, you look at BAFTA and you look at like even just like music, like how do we interact better to like show more appreciation, you know, and support. Music is so ingrained in our economy and like just so many different aspects. Like you wake up and you're listening to it, you're on the bus, you're listening to it, like it's on TV, it's just everywhere, and yet not enough money is put into it. So like I want to figure out a way, you know, I don't know what power I'll yield in the future, but I just want music to be
appreciated more for like the contribution that it has to our society.
Yeah.
So I think that's what my intention is, really.
Hand on my neck, don't pull too hard. Hand on the wheel, don't stick my car. Spin me around and around and around like smoke will pay you a bit too loud. What box in my bag? Oh, you can't bring all your friends. Keep your hands right to yourself. No, I'm not trying to offend. Pull the brake on what you're saying until then I'll just pretend. Close the door on your way out. Take your bullshit whilst you're there. You're a backseat driver, emotional skiver. Don't know why I wasted all my time trying to step by ya. Backseat driver. You're hard enough to please, and I know what you're thinking of when you drift off to sleep. You don't know what I wear. I act like I don't care at the back. You're all I see. You're a backseat driver. Backseat, the backseat, the driver. Backseat, the backseat driver. Backseat, the backseat. Backseat, the backseat, the backseat, the backseat, backseat, the backseat, backseat, the backseat, backseat.
Both of us, both me and Ben, we are in our late 20s. We haven't done music for a long time before starting this band. I think we've worked crap jobs. I've hated school. I hated work. So that's the main function of the band now. Is to sort of it's like a place to put my energy that feels less like. You know, it's just a positive thing to do.
Cause I swear that you fucking lose it. I get busy drinking fizzy drinks. I fucking love it. Black gold, rock my teeth. Don't care, I'll fucking gum it. Cause I'm the kind of guy who sees a lucky dip.
Sort of politics in our music and this sort of social stuff, I think, has come less from music, more from just people I know personally. And my girlfriend Daisy Kennedy was a big inspiration with that, because when we first started the band we weren't really doing like politics and stuff like that. We were kind of just doing 80s music, and then Daisy is a writer and her stuff is quite sort of outspoken, and I was like, oh, I think I get a lot out of that. I was like, I think I could probably do that.
Keep an eye on him, mate. Do watch him. He's a bit runny, bit of a weapon. We'll play this as good as I can do, mate. My hands are tied, but should only cost you about a third of your income. Not bad. The trouble is we've got so used to the smell of shit, we think it smells like Fox's glacier bits. And I know you think he's alright, I know he's your dad, but he's chopping it up. He's on top. Reckons he earned it. I'll work 40 hours a week.
Outside of Bristol, I think we open ourselves up to people want to kind of bring us down a peg or two, or we tap into something. There's like a guy, normally a man in their 50s, who will see us and they don't like that there's no band, it's all backing tracks. They don't like, you know, we take our tops off and stuff like that, and they'll come up after and they'll try and sort of like belittle it somehow. Like they'll come and speak to us and they'll be like, I thought that was really shit, and you're like, Great. Like, what do you want me to do with that? Sorry, you didn't have to watch it. In the whole of the south of England, there's a lot of hell, but Bristol's like a nice little pocket of kind of friendly, good-humoured, cultural people.
Yeah.
Right. Who likes Christmas? Also, I think this is fun. It sounds shit, but Christmas. Good job it doesn't need to be here then. Well, yeah. Who wants it?
Is there a venue you like to perform specifically at in Bristol? Or more than one?
Obviously, Louisiana is amazing. It's a great venue. It sounds great. They're really nice there. They give bands a chance. They're really into like supporting local bands. It's where we had our first gig. At the beginning, it was just like there was a lot of just like we used to drink a lot when we played, and we used to play in places where it wasn't necessarily just a gig venue. There was like the lanes where there's like bowling. There was just a lot of people on like stag do's and stuff. So it was just like a lot of people interacting by just shouting at us. Louisiana, Exchange, Elmer's Arms, I like Trinity Centre. Yeah, they're all pretty good. We're quite spoiled really.
I'm always greasy, I let it rain. I taste that cyanide that speaks with champagne. I'm always supercharging, jacking up or something. You fix me down the temperature, cause that's a fact of plumbing. I'm a smooth talker.
There is such a thing as a Bristol music scene here. I think a lot of places they sort of think they've got a scene, but it's kind of just a high volume of bands.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like quite a social, community-based thing here. I think people and to answer your question, I think at the centre of that is there's a big willingness to go and see music. But like, it's because there's an infrastructure for it here. Like, it's not a good place to live for an artist. Like, as it outside of the music itself, like it's the most expensive place. Did you notice Bristol is the most expensive place to live in the country now? If you don't take in London wages, London obviously is more expensive, but if you don't count that, Bristol is the most expensive place by wage compared to like average wages. It's the most expensive. That doesn't lend itself to like a good art scene, but I think the fact that there's so many venues and now a kind of reputation, I think that's why it does so well.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bristol for me, before I moved here, I thought of music as like drum and bass and like trip hop and stuff like that, and it's just not really something I've ever really got that involved with. The attitude of musicians here is a bigger influence than the actual sort of musical stylings that they have. That's been quite big for us. But
I'm a bit busy right now, what the fuck's this? How are you all feeling? How are you all fucking feeling? Everyone say yes! Everyone say yes! Say fuck off! Alright, listen.
I do feel quite sort of passionate about Bristol getting credit for how good it is. Like, I was very cynical of music in general before starting this band. I was a bit of a prick about it really, but it's the sort of the community feel of it is a really positive thing, and I don't think they have that everywhere.
Where do we go with Bristol now? These artists that sing to us, these gigs we take ourselves to, this city we know and embrace, this country with historic genres and music in its streets. Maybe there's various maybes, the possibilities are endless. Maybe punk or jazz or reggae or acid house might take over Bristol. Maybe drum and bass will combine with new genres. Maybe more event spaces will be born. Hopefully more inclusive and safe spaces for women, queer and trans people, please. It's not that much to ask. Maybe Crofters' Rights will be reopened. Maybe we'll get a massive attack statue. Maybe a trip hop resurgence. Maybe Crack Magazine will become national legends, even more than they are. Maybe more magazines, radio stations and collectives, maybe another music college or two, maybe a Portishead Bristol concert, maybe there'll be a new founded genre, maybe a new Bristol festival, more bands, more singers, more rappers, more dancers, more DJs, more albums, more singles, more music videos, more lyrics, more dancing, more cult followings, maybe music paired with plants, maths, cars, climate change, sex, protests, poetry, cats. Maybe Turbo Island will become a national landmark, but climate change and the environment will be kicking at this door. We need to make changes for that. Artists will quit, they can't afford it. We need to make changes for that too. We'll need more funding, but ensure gig prices aren't too high. We're looking at you, Ticketmaster. More venues might shut down as prices grow and rent increases, but we must lose connection with big money makers like O2. We can't let AI creep into Bristol and take our groove, our art, our work. We need more queer, women, trans, black and Asian artists, musicians, event managers, sound engineers, owners, technicians, music journalists, photographers, filmmakers. Maybe another revolution is due. Bristol will keep using its music scene to fight essential battles, an end to female violence, protecting trans rights, queer rights, an end to racism, reducing climate change, renters' rights, refugee rights, the list goes on. Bristol will keep forming spaces of inclusivity, respect, fun, artistry and a strong community, doing what the city does best. But all these artists continue with excitement in their hearts, passion in their music, and Bristol in their back pocket forever. All to say is the future is scary, the future is new, the future is change, the future is...